All right, so I'm here and I'm finally on a coffee run with this guy. We've been talking about this for like
a fat minute.
Yeah,
fat minute.
Literally,
scheduling is always really hard, especially in such an active scene like the Houston scene. Mm-hmm. There are so many different things going on, so it definitely can be hard to work it out. But
yeah, but we finally did it. Like we're actually on this coffee run. I'm glad because it's literally been months, I think. Because I mean, I had to because I started the coffee runs. What was it, like in spring?
Something like that.
Then I kind of had to take a break for the summer. Then now I was back, and then you and I were just like trying to find a time. So here we are. We're actually here to talk a lot about music because I'm definitely interested in the Jungle LP that's coming out soon.
For those of you that don't know, my name is Jason. I DJ under KNOTZ. He just mentioned the Jungle LP. That's I run a group here in Houston called the WhiteNoiize Collective. And there's 7 members: Emmy Swank, SJPJ, Dat2, Salis, Renzo, like the whole group, Geo, and yeah. So we switched things up this year. You know, we did weekly releases last year, and it was really solid. You know, it helped get a lot of content out there. And then this year we decided to do themed albums. So we had Spark that came out in March. Spark was cool because I think it was very much of a like, what is this kind of a situation? Mm-hmm. Like, what are these guys doing with this? What is this themed album stuff? And then Jungle definitely was a lot more like, okay, I see where you guys are going with this now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know when this comes out, but August 28th is when that album comes out. You can find that on the WhiteNoiize SoundCloud. WhiteNoiize, because some people spell that wrong.
Yeah, and the good thing is this will be posted before the LP drops, so I mean, it's extra promo too.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, get ready for that album. And if you're in Houston, Monday, the 27th, we're going to be doing an album pre-release party. Take a right. An album pre-release party. It'll be at Share Space, which is at the Last Concert Cafe in Houston.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got, you know, last year when we did the collective, we had guests that would submit tracks. Well, we still did that for the sake of the album, so people could submit theme tracks. So we have like Burrell, he's one of our guests that's on the album. He's going to be playing at that takeover too. And then Sabers, which is actually a combination of one of our collective members, Salis, and Garrett, which is Chambers. So
yeah, they're really good together.
Yeah, they're a drum and bass group, duo. And
I mean, even separately, they're awesome, but you know, together they're like, wow.
Well, when you get to merge 2 different libraries like that, especially when y'all both are so like, you know, versed and solid in that genre, when you mix libraries like that, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm really excited. In October, here in Houston, we're doing the Freaky Deaky Festival, and you'll just actually go straight through the light.
Oh, okay.
No, don't turn. Yeah,
just right here.
Yeah, you okay. But yeah, we're doing Freaky Deaky. So for those that don't know, that we're doing a Houston stage this year. They've never done that before with us, at least in 5 years or something like that, or what I was told.
And I was gonna say shout outs to all the locals that are playing the Freaky Deaky stage, because I mean, that's awesome, you know. Like,
man, not even just that, but shout out to all the people in general that are grinding and trying to do something and are working on their brand and are releasing content and are going out there and putting in that hustle, because I sure as hell wouldn't be where I'm at had I not have, you know, going out there and hitting that grind. And so who knows, next year, you know, if this is a success and people like this local stage as much as I think it's going to come out, then that's going to give a lot of people the opportunity to, you know, have that outlet later. It would be fun. But
yeah, and I really think it's going to be like just the hype alone that we're getting, or like that we're having for the stage. Like, it tells me that it's going to be a big success in some way.
Yeah. Shout out Trilvo, Ray Trill, shout out Parker Clark for kind of both of them kind of coming together and making that happen here for Houston.
And of course, shout out Disco Donnie.
Oh yeah, what up?
If you ever watched this, if you ever watched this, I want to go on a coffee run with you one day.
Yeah, right. What's going on, man? He was just in Houston. He literally was just walking around venues at Houston. Just
like
pretty recently.
several different venues.
Yeah.
I know he went to Gravity.
Yeah.
And then, did he go to Houston Underground?
I don't know. I actually said that I wouldn't have been surprised if he went to Houston Underground, but I have no idea. But the reason I brought up Freaky Deaky is, back on topic a little bit, was I was talking about just merging libraries, and I'm playing a back-to-back set with a local named Costco, Angie, for Freaky Deaky. And
shout outs to Costco.
Yeah, that's gonna be really fun because her and I, you know, have a lot of similar stuff, but we play so many different genres, kind of depending on what we're in the mood for. So I'm excited to kind of mash some libraries, maybe steal some of her songs.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
But that's still, I mean, that's really cool though. I mean, it'd be cool to have a corgi as well throughout that set, because she loves corgis. So
she was one of the locals. She's the first local that I traded merch with ever. Oh, nice. I gave her one of my shirts and she gave me one of her shirts. I don't know, there's stuff like that's cool when I wear a shirt to like the gym all the time and stuff like that. I think it's really good way for people to kind of help support each other.
Yeah, and see, that's one thing I need to do is get more like shirts, you know the local artists, because I haven't been able to.
It's a process, man. It's a process, but
you can build up with all the money, but I mean, it's worth it when you get the shirts, because you have like a whole collection of like artistry.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
right
I don't
there.
get any when I make shirts. I don't make any profit from them. It's just a matter of making the shirts, but. Really, that it goes back to what I was saying earlier about the whole branding thing, and that really matters, and people see that. There's another logo. Shout out to Jimmy O. Jimmy O is his marketing, his branding with his logos. I remember he's one of the first people that I just saw his logos and merch everywhere. I was like, does everyone get a Jimmy O hat? I don't know.
His logo is pretty dope.
Oh yeah, man, and he's a really solid producer. We do on the WhiteNoiize SoundCloud. I run a monthly podcast that I do.
Oh, okay.
It's called Local Noise. Y'all can check that out. We have a couple of different, like 9 episodes or whatever. And that, the Starbucks should be somewhere over here on the right.
I'm keeping an eye for it. And also, just in case, because I see like it's about to rain, this doesn't do good in rain, like the camera. So if it does rain, we will like pause it.
Hey, we'll see.
And then we'll come back after the rain like kind of passes over.
We'll figure it out. There's the Starbucks right there. So hopefully we'll be fine and we can just hit it and kind of loop around. But
where is it at?
It's right up here on the right.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
But yeah, I mean, the point of what I was getting at is, we feature a lot of different artists on the podcast, and we got Jimmy just had a new track out, so we're featuring that.
Was it Gods and Monsters was the one, or is it a different one?
This new, there's.
Oh shit, it was right there.
It's
Here,
okay,
I'll just
I'll
loop
move around
around.
a little bit. No, this one, oh man, he just emailed it to me. Hold on. Mintwell. That's what it's called, Mintwell by Jimmy O.
So I did see that somewhere.
This one he just dropped this one recently. It's like kind of like hard trappy kind of vibes like that. But
I love that.
It's dope. I really like his grind that he's on right now too. It's really fun.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Like he's really putting in work.
I haven't been to Starbucks in a fat minute. So what do we got going on here?
Well, the good stuff. What I like to get is a grande caramel frap, but I'm gonna go with tall because I'm really like broke right now.
Feels.
But yeah, I usually recommend that. There's
I'm just gonna get an iced chai tea latte. That's usually what I do.
All right, and it's gonna be, what is it, like grande tall?
I don't care. What? I want a big one, honestly. Venti,
venti,
iced chai tea latte.
Okay,
Yes.
let me let him know. It's gonna be 2 different orders.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, let me get one. It's gonna be 2 separate orders.
Okay, what's the first one?
The first one's gonna be a tall caramel frap.
Frappuccino?
Yeah.
Alright.
And
For the first one?
yeah, just a caramel frap.
Alright.
And then for the second one, it's gonna be what was it?
Iced chai tea latte. Venti.
An iced chai tea latte, the venti.
Alright.
And that should be it.
Alright then, I'll see you at the window.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
This is an old looking Starbucks.
I was about to say, I thought it was closed down for a second when we
I know, I was
first
like,
pulled
what the
up.
hell? It was like a
this does
vintage
not-
Starbucks.
Does not look like it's
And then you gotta really kind of like finagle. See, it's hard with my car sometimes because like the front.
a little
like,
wider.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
have to really be careful. Okay, we're good though.
I feel that.
Yeah. Joy Love Burgers. That looks good.
Coffee runs is such a fun idea because I think there's something so chill about
Yeah, I love that.
getting coffee.
All right. See, thank you, because I really love that too. Like, I want it to be very relaxed and
Yeah.
like chill, but also like kind of engaged with like music. Because I want it, like, that's the goal of the coffee runs, is to have a music focus.
Yeah.
But to still catch up with someone. you
No,
know,
for sure, for sure. I think that's it's creative and different, and that's why I wanted to get on in the first place. I mean,
Yeah.
anyone can do a podcast. I mean, look at me, I do a podcast. Anyone can do anything like that, but that's the fun. It's way more personal too.
No, thank you. All right. Well, yours wasn't that bad, like price
Those
wise.
chai tea lattes, man.
I was about to say, what the hell? I got the smallest one, and it's like the same as yours, and you got a freaking large.
You had to get all that extra stuff. I just get by that.
Right.
I'm just kidding. I remember I was thinking about this earlier when we were thinking about going to Starbucks. I was thinking about back when I was younger and Starbucks was becoming a thing, and just like, I just remember people be like, "So what do you get at Starbucks?" Like that was like such a thing. I was like, "Okay, guys."
It was like the end thing to do or whatever.
Well, what do you get?
Yeah, and it's funny because like when I was younger, I was all like, "Oh, Starbucks is just like for like uptight people and all this," because I would always see uptight people go there. But then when I tried, I was like, you know what, this is I get it now. Like,
Well, I mean, coffee is such a culture thing too.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
And that looks good actually.
Yeah, look at that.
I might get that next time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks
honestly, this coffee run could have taken a different direction because there's a Specs right there.
Oh boy. Yeah, that could have been a whole different.
This
I
would've
mean,
been
it
a
would have been bad
different
for me because if a cop would have seen us.
This show could have went a completely different direction.
Right. And it's gone in some crazy directions before, but yeah. As far as the LP, I want to get back to the LPs because
Yeah.
I really like. Well, I like how first off, being on this coffee run with you, it's like all coming together even from last year because the coffee run I did with Saeed.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Saeed. He mentioned the whole LP idea, like that was coming. Thank you. And I really like that because like I'm more of a fan of like LPs, like album-like stuff, than I am of like EPs and songs. I mean, I don't mind EPs.
Yeah.
But LPs tell like literally more of a story to me.
Well,
and I love that.
It does depend, I think, because one of the projects I'm working on right now, kind of planning it in the future, is a theme kind of EP LP, and it's only a few songs, but there's a story to be told thematically, and that just depends on the artist and what they're trying to accomplish.
That's true, because EPs can tell a story too. But to me, they seem like more shorter stories because I mean, you know, there's less songs, but with LPs, it's like a longer, I guess, more engaged story.
I think when you get different artists that are trying to like, okay, I think about like just compilation albums in general, like the Gildy and Finch, Son Holo's compilation things from Bitbird. When they do theirs, there's so many different artists that are all contributing to this thing, and you get this real full experience. And the thing that we did to kind of get that, but kind of allow everyone to kind of contribute, was the fact of doing the themes. And the way we did that was we all voted. Just kind of different ideas. Originally, like we had one of them was freedom. That was one of our themes originally. And then yeah, except we were like, how do we make a track freedom
based on freedom?
Yeah,
like
what the hell does that mean? So
like
that one
have
got
a freaking
scrapped.
like a U.S. anthem playing or something. I don't know.
Well, what's actually funny story is I got drunk and was making mock album arts, and that's what it was. It was like
Are you
American
serious?
flag kind of thing, and everyone was laughing at. I was laughing at it. It was stupid. It was dumb. But I would play a sample of what I have for the album. My song, I actually have it. By the time this comes out, the song might already be out. But I've done tracks with this guy Disable before. He's a fantastic producer. I talk about him on my podcast, and I've showcased him before. And we did a track called "Trying" once, and
oh yeah, I like your voice on that one.
well, thank you.
That was
We'll get to that. I'll talk about that in a second.
yeah.
But yeah, you know, we wanted to work on something different than those tracks, and so the song we did on the Jungle LP, it's kind of like a minimal, kind of like, not really quite minimal, but it's like a tech house, but not tech house, but almost wants to be bass house, but not bass house.
kind of like a cross between, in a way.
It's just, I don't know, genres are genres. I take influence. I'd work on all kinds of different music. You know, I tell people I come from a theater background, and one of the biggest things with that is I did shows that were all different kinds of genres and stuff like that, and so I like different things. Like I can take, you know, stuff from classical My Fair Lady, whatever, those kind of shows, to even as new age as something like the Green Day music. You know, I'll find these parts of everything that I really like, and when I create my music, I do very much that. Is I think of these different sounds and stuff that I like from different genres and kind of apply them, and that was kind of something with this. But
yeah, and I like that too. And I didn't even know at first until I think someone mentioned one day, like that you were like in the theater and stuff, and I think that's really cool because, you know, I've always had a knack for it. I've always kind of wanted to become an actor in a way, but I was like, well, I don't think it's for me because I probably wouldn't be able to, like, I don't know, just
See, my parents are both very outgoing, and they kind of like raised me very outgoing, I guess, and they were very much social people, so that, you know, kind of I definitely think passed into a lot of why I'm so out there and ridiculous. But yeah, but no, you were talking about like the song "Trying" we were saying with Disciple. We co-produced it, but I actually sang on it, and that was the first track that I released that I had original vocals and that I sang on it, and then that was like your very first track that I did that for. Yeah, like not my first track that I ever did, but that was the first track that I ever did like, that had written vocals and sang on it, and that was something I've been wanting to do. What I'm kind of doing now is obviously with, you know, I tell people I'm obviously gonna always be making music, but vocal features is definitely kind of the route I'm trying to kind of get back towards. I mean, my DJ sets are all over the place too. You know, I'm very multi-genre. Like I said, I have a lot of different influences. A lot of what my sets are gonna be is literally gonna depend on like my mood, the time, the place, and the vibe, and that's how I'm gonna curate my set for that atmosphere.
That's how I am too. Like I like doing I like catering kind of like to the crowd in a way. But
well,
also,
you should. I mean, it's like you're a DJ, so you should cater to the crowd, but you're also
Yeah.
an artist, so you also kind of like, yeah.
You wanna still show a little bit of yourself as well too.
Yeah.
But as long as it kind of fits it within the set or whatever. But yeah, that's really cool. I forgot what I was gonna say too.
Well, what I was gonna say with that though is just it was very vulnerable, and that was very like, that was hard because even as a normal artist, you know, you're very like, oh man, what are people gonna think of my song? What are people gonna think of this? But now you're writing your own words and you're singing this song,
Yeah.
and it was kind of like a love you song, like not like an I love you song. It was actually the opposite. It was like a I like you, but you're going through something and you're not giving me the chance to be there for you, so I'm leaving you, kind of a thing. So it's very that. But
And okay, I remember what I was gonna say now. I do want, like, cause you know, after I heard Trying, I was like, yes, this is like, I want to hear more of that. So I would definitely like to hear your voice on more songs, cause you do have a voice.
yeah,
and it
we
is
have.
good.
I have a song. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it. I guess I can. His name is Scorn. I think that's how you pronounce it. I did a vocal feature on one of his tracks. We've been working on this track for like a year because he sent it to me about in October last year, and I was moving around a lot, but I finally got the vocals written. I was sending him the different ideas for the vocals, and we got that, and then we got the vocals recorded, and I did some ad-lib takes and harmony stuff another day, and now he's got someone adding guitar and stuff. But the point of the story is there is more music with my vocals coming. I just don't know when because it's out of my hands. It's literally in somebody else's hands. But I'm supposed to be meeting up tomorrow with another local producer, and we're gonna work on some stuff because like I said, I want to do more vocal stuff, and I think that's, you know, that's an instrument that's very you, and you can't take that. No one can take your voice away from you. That's one thing that you can have that'll stand out. But,
Yeah, and that's true too. Like, I mean, you can kind of like do different things with your voice too, depending on how, like, I guess, you know, like how, what do you call it? I don't know if it's volatile or maybe, is it this left?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's an instrument, and it's all about knowing the muscles in your voice, and that's how you get into people like like when I did theater, I did all kinds of different roles, but I could do a lot of different character roles because I understood the voice and how to manipulate it to make these different sounds and stuff. And so yeah, you can really do some different. Now I'm not going to be doing no screamo stuff anytime soon. You're not going to find that because I rip my vocal cords.
Yeah, and I was wondering if you could do that too, but I know Swain could probably do it. But
Oh man, yeah, no, yeah. Speaking of, that's a whole other thing.
yeah, and shout outs to Michael or Emmy Swank, because he was also on the Conference with me earlier. Yeah, it was earlier this year, I think back in March. I'm gonna try to get all the WhiteNoiize boys in here.
I think you
eventually.
definitely should. The boys, you know, that group is just something that's kind of, I always make them like an Avengers joke kind of a thing with it. We are all very different in our own styles, and I think we all complement each other really well. It's just great to have guys like that are constantly pushing themselves and working together. And you know, we have the next album we'll be having after Jungle is our Dark Noise album that comes out, and it actually comes out on Christmas Day. So if you're watching this, we haven't announced that yet, but now you know.
So it's called Dark Noise?
It is called Dark Noise.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird because of Christmas, it's usually associated with light. So I was
yeah.
like,
Well, remember when I told you we had an album called Freedom? Well, this is the one that replaced that one.
Oh, okay.
And that's just where the schedule fell out. It fell out on Christmas. So, yeah, y'all are gonna get some grime for Christmas.
Nice. But that's cool though, because I like how it's like in different parts of the year as well. So it's like not only are there different themes, but it's like in different segments.
Well, next year we've already come up with what we're doing for next year, which I can tell y'all. I guess it's not 100% set in stone, but it's pretty set in stone. We're doing elements, like fire, earth, wind, water kind of thing. I don't know how many we're doing, but
sorry. Okay. No, I was just making sure the microphone was on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good. Like fire, wind, and water.
I think those are the three. I don't know which ones exactly we're doing. But elements, yeah, that was just something that just hit us, and we're like, oh, let's do this theme. And I don't know where that will go with that. The whole WhiteNoiize thing is eventually we kind of want to take that in more of the label route and kind of do something like that.
That's what I've always envisioned with like collectives and stuff. I've always felt like they should eventually go towards a label route because it would just look more, well, not only just professional, but just like more cohesive. Like you're known as an actual unit. Like people will recognize that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think like, I mean, what I like about WhiteNoiize is there's so many different like diverse genres with all of you. You know, Emmy Swank, you know, Salus or Sabers.
Yeah, well, Sabers isn't part of the collective, but Salus, who is. But Sabers did do a track on our Jungle LP. But yeah, I mean, say this is more drum and bass. Dennis, Dat 2, he's like this like random, I don't know, man, don't get offended, Dennis, if I say it wrong, but he's like Vietnamese or something, so he's got this whole different market.
Yeah.
What he does, like, when we found him, it was like, man, your Spotify game, your game is on point, like, where did this come from? But like, you know, socially out in the scene and being active wasn't necessarily that. And that's something that, you know, I try and tell a lot of people. I actually had somebody come up to me last night at ShareSpace here in Houston, and they said, I really noticed, you know, you're really solid in your branding and your marketing and getting your stuff out there. What advice do you have for someone like me who wants to be like a guitarist or something like that? And, you know, I pretty much told him, like, you know, what exactly is your end goal? How are you gonna make yourself different? You know, keep making all that stuff. But, you know, this industry is definitely very crazy and all over the place, and you definitely have to kind of keep going as
and
much
it
as
really
you can.
keeps you busy. I notice. I mean, like today I'm having like the busiest day of the year for me. I don't know why or how, but it's just happening. But this really makes up for it. You know, like this whole conference. Like I'm glad because I wanted to make sure like I had time. Like, it's weird. I always find time to do a coffee run. Like, even if I'm on having.
Yeah, my life is so crazy, but we'll make time for that coffee run.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Because I actually needed this since I've been like.
Hey,
really
cheers,
tired.
man! Because I was down for this. I've been waiting for this all day.
Yeah, sweet. I've been waiting for this like for months too.
Cool. Well, then vary that. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn it on so that way they can see us too.
Yeah.
Also, what I do want to talk about, because I don't want to go. This is gonna be kind of like a fun conversation. But I like how
this conversation wasn't a fun conversation.
Well, I mean,
just in
a funner one, but it would be a funner one. But yeah, I like how you mentioned, like you referenced the collective as your collective as like the Avengers kind of in a way.
Oh yeah,
because that's exactly what I thought when I.
We want to speak to you about the White Noise Initiative or whatever.
Yeah, the White Noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I thought whenever I joined NSC when I you know back then when I was a thing, and then like, and I still think of it as Saisei, you know, with Saisei, because you know, like I always thought I was a Spider-Man, like the noob, you know, getting trained by the Avengers, and then like Alejandro was like the Iron Man, because he's very wise. I noticed, like he's always like spitting something.
We were making that reference this morning. I was like, I can't tell if I'm Nick Fury or Iron Man, but whatever. I'll take whatever one it works. I definitely think I'm more of like a goofy Spider-Man in that sense too. But
yeah, well, you have to be Spider-Man.
You've got to be Spider-Man. Come on, man.
But and then like Xavier to me was Captain America, because he's kind of like the leader of Saisei, and then Baron, and it only fit because Baron was Bucky, because they're like best friends. So I was like, okay, cool, that just fits. So has to be. But also because we do love Spider-Man, you're not getting away until we talk about Spider-Man.
Okay, go ahead.
This is gonna be.
I'm not like some huge Spider-Man like super fan, but I definitely love me some Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we probably know about the same amount.
Oh man, I don't know.
But I do love Spider-Man. I just want to know your thoughts on well, first the games coming out for PlayStation.
Yeah. See, I don't have I have a PS3 that's backwards compatible to a 2. That's as far as the system I have. Oh, but Salis, actually, my roommate, he has 2 PS4, so I'm gonna be playing that Spider-Man game.
It looks really good.
The open world in it, all the way it's just so fluid. I've been keeping up with a lot of the E3 press on that game, and it's just beautiful, man.
I'm excited.
This is gonna sound lame, but I went on YouTube and watched this video, and it was all the Spider-Man games, someone climbing to the highest point on the Empire State Building and just jumping off.
I love doing that. That's what I always
exactly.
do.
Who does it? Exactly. So that was
fun.
I was just watching all those videos.
But yet he could still web sling if he's up there. If you notice, I'm like, what the hell?
I don't know, man. Hey, get a bird or
right? But or a plane maybe.
Yeah.
You know.
And then the Venom movie's coming out.
That's my next question. See Venom. Like I'm very hesitant about it and nervous about it because I want it to be good, and it looks like it could be good. You know, I just want to, want to make sure it is.
The big thing with that movie that they're lucky, I guess you could say, if lucky is the right word for this, is that they did have as close to a Venom as they could in the original third Spider-Man saga when they did that kind of thing, like the old Black Suit Spider-Man and everything. Because I remember the Venom in that movie getting a lot of backlash because it wasn't bulky enough and not whatever enough as like the Venom in the comics. But my point is that they're benefited at least because they can at least take some notes and feedback from that and kind of apply it. But
because I do notice like this Venom, it does look more like well, I like the bulkiness because I do remember like
Venom was always really like big
and I like how it just like what I like, and this might sound weird or freaky, but I love the tongue. Like it's that because it's
I just think of those memes with the white girl memes where it's like
For real though, because it's like, I mean, that's exactly how his tongue is. It's meant to be long and slimy and gross but awesome. I mean,
and they got Carnage in it now too, which I'm glad.
Well, see, that's what I'm wondering, because there's rumors that he's in it, but there's rumors that he's not in it. So I'm like,
there was in the trailer, and there's a newer trailer where you see him for a second.
What, really?
Yeah.
What?
No, that's in it, bro.
No. Holy shit! I have to see this now, because I thought I would have. Carnage is like my favorite fucking villain. Well, okay, so for Spider-Man, my favorite villains are like Doc Ock and then Carnage.
Yeah,
but
I feel that.
Carnage is just, I don't know why Doc Ock, I've always loved his arms, and then like Carnage, he's just like, he's literally the Joker for Spider-Man. Like,
yeah,
and probably even the whole Marvel universe in a way, because he is crazy. Like,
well, yeah.
And even because I'm thinking also, because
apparently I might be wrong and it's not Carnage, but maybe I am wrong again. I don't know.
Unless maybe it's a guy that will become Carnage, but I doubt it, because it has to be Cletus Cassidy. Like, that's the only one.
I don't know.
And he has to have red hair.
I'm bad with all of that stuff, but I like it.
Yeah.
I just like, what I really like about Spider-Man is I like that, just like, he's very comedic and very comical, but he's very almost sort of awkward, but like there's a braveness in his sort of kind of like almost youthful innocence, but he's real silly and not, I don't know.
Yeah, I love that. And I mean, one of my favorite things about Spider-Man is that he, just like me, if I'm in danger, like, I always joke about it. Like, even if I'm about to die, like, and that's what Spider-Man does. Like, even when he's in like near-death situations, he'll still crack a joke, and I love that.
Oh God, yeah, I'll literally be on my deathbed probably making a joke.
But I mean, it's just that I love that he does. I love the way he does that, though. It's really funny. And also, I mean, I guess last but not least with Spider-Man, what do you think about Far From Home? Because I heard that.
Oh yeah, the new movie
next year. Because, well, obviously, I mean, right now, spoilers for Avengers if you haven't seen it. Like, of course we know Spider-Man is not with us right now.
Yeah.
But
the whole Thanos thing. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see with that movie. I'm glad that they're making another one. I think that's going to be cool. Obviously, it's the Sinister Six. Isn't that what this one is?
Well, they're building up to it, I heard.
That's what I think it is, because the whole scene at the end where they're in the prison or whatever the thing. I think that's where they're going with that. We'll see, man. I'm excited. I mean, I'll be there. I'll be there opening weekend with my little popcorn.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be really cool. But other than that, I mean, we could get back to the music if there's still more you want to talk about, because there's always a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, really, man, I got a couple gigs coming up. Rich's Houston is hosting A Little Help from My Friends again by the Department of Dance. They put that show on. It's going to be featuring Artie this year. That's coming up in September. So check that out. Buy your tickets to that. It's for the No Kill Shelter. I always forget which one it is. I'm so sorry. So they're going to kill me. But
they're gonna kill me for the No Kill Shelter.
Oh man, wow, that sounded really bad.
Right.
But yeah,
I just realized that. But
yeah, so that's a good show. I did that show last year, and like I said, the Department of Dance, they put that together, and so that's gonna be fun. Shout out Johnny Bunn. We have another Rapture coming up for those of you that come to Houston.
That is gonna be insane.
But see, the thing about that, okay, for those of you that don't know, so there's a local here who has been building his brand and everything, and now he's putting on these shows. But the big thing about it is, I look at it literally like Disco Donnie and stuff like that. They always start with the vision, and then everything latches, and you get the people and the team, and it just develops, and it just expands, and it's so crazy being a part of that on our level now. Like, literally doing something where you have those mini festival things like Rapture, and then you show things like, then fast forward to things like Freaky Deaky that are happening because of the culture that's,
And it's crazy because, like, Rapture is growing so much to where it's only going to keep growing exponentially, and, like, just, like, from the last one, as you could tell, was, like, it was already like a little mini festival.
Oh man, that was crazy.
And like this one, even though it's gonna be at the same place, it's still gonna. I think it's gonna like have more people. Like
it's just gonna grow. It's just gonna grow. Especially like you said, since the last one was like that. It's just gonna get bigger, and more people see it and get involved, and it just blows from there. I was talking to Wooly at the Rapture last time, and he was like, "Yeah, y'all scene here is just."
Yeah, it's
just the energy.
And I really do, like, I love the scene here because at least, like, a lot of that, well, I mean, just artists alone, like, are very supportive of one another. Like, we actually, like, help each other. And if we see each other, like, going through something, we're always there to help. And, like, just...
There's definitely going to be people that aren't like that. Or there are going to be the people, one of the biggest things that everyone needs to learn, and we talked earlier about how I come from that theater background. When I come from that theater background, I've worked with professional actors that got to their point in their career at completely different times and different roles and different situations. But one thing that people have got to stop doing is hating on someone else for getting an opportunity that they didn't get.
Exactly.
Because that's literally, it doesn't matter. Like that is that person's story in that moment, and that's what happened for that person.
Yeah.
But B, the biggest thing is stop letting it affect yourself, because that is something that I was really guilty with when I was not even in this scene, like the dance music scene, but when I was in that scene, is like letting other people's successes affect me and like put myself down, and I'd be like, oh well, why didn't I this, and am I not this, and I'm not that. Just keep working on your craft, whatever it may be. You know, be a good person, go out there, network, communicate, talk to people, and if your content isn't crap, it's gonna get better. And if your content is crap, learn to grow from it. Take constructive criticism and feedback. You know, back to the theater thing, I was very blessed to work with all of these directors that would be like, this isn't working, change this, or this isn't this isn't this. And you have to learn to take your ego and put that ego aside and be like, oh, okay, but I actually see where this person's coming from and why what they're saying is this way. We're always going to think that we might have the best in kind of mentality, but that might not always be the case.
Yeah, and that's true. Like, and it's good to always be open, like especially to criticism, like you said, because you know it helps. I mean, not just criticism, you know, with your music, but even criticism with yourself. You know, like you have to take in what people are saying, like, you know, personality-wise, because personality can sell an image in a way.
People also don't. People don't see you the same way you see yourself, and everyone has a completely different perspective of what you are, and it's going to be totally different from I've had so many people be like, yeah, you seem so unapproachable, and so this and that, and I'm like, really? Because I'm totally not. Like, that's not the case. But yeah, I think that's a big thing. But you know, also I guess this is an advice column now, but if I have to give some advice for, like, you know, producers that will ask me for, I mean, I'm not even the best producer yet. I mean, we're all learning, but like I've had producers ask me for advice on stuff, and when people give you these for one, if you ask for feedback, you know, whether what they tell you is good or not good, you know, just say thank you, I appreciate that, I'm gonna roll with that, and I'll think that over. But don't make excuses for everything, because then that takes away from the process. And it's like, well, I think this and I think this, oh well, I did this because of that, and I this. It's like, okay, well, I can't give you feedback unless you're open to it. Just we call it in theater, we call it take the note. Just take the note, do with it what you will, and then keep rolling. But
yeah, and that's the thing too, because I mean, like, so I'm a reviewer for Trovo, so I obviously have to write reviews about how I feel about music. Sometimes I'll actually say that, okay, this song I wasn't feeling it on this album, you know, or this just wasn't that good. But, you know, when I get songs sent to me from people, you know, artists and stuff, like, and they're like, hey, what do you think? And I'm like, well, I could use a little bit of changes here, like this drop doesn't really fit with the build-up, you know, like stuff like that. It's just, sometimes it just, you know,
it's also going to be subjective, and it's going to be different to everyone. Like, even with my own collective, you know, you have 7 different people, all from different backgrounds, all producing different genres of music. Not everyone is going to like everything that everyone else does, and the sounds are going to be different. Like, and every time someone asks for feedback from me, I tell them the same thing. I'm like, this is just my, you know, there's a joke with me when I give feedback, because I'm always like, there could be a vocal element in here. Like, I'll say that about every track. Where's that vocal element? Where's your sample? But yeah, I think that's very important. There's like a meme or like a post that was like, your man crush Monday sends a track asking for advice without ever planning on changing anything. Something stupid like that, but I don't know. But I digress.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've covered quite a bit. We covered the LPs coming out soon, or just throughout this year.
I was saying that Rapture's coming up, so they got that show. That's going to be at the end of September as well. So a little help from my friends. We got that one coming up. Freaky Deaky's not until October, so plenty of time until that. But
there's also the Trovo pool party, by the way, too.
Oh yeah, I'm not playing that, but I'm going to be judging that, and it's kind of funny because there's a perfectly good example. When last year, when the Trovo pool party first happened, I submitted a mix to play it, and when I submitted that mix, it was a 15-minute mix, and I thought that mix was great. I was like, man, I'm doing all this, the song selection, but no, that mix was crap. But in that moment in time, I was just so like, well, this makes it solid, and I don't know why I didn't get picked for this pool party. Like, in my head, that's
Yeah.
kind of, I mean, it probably wasn't that dramatic, but I was like, rah, rah, rah. But then it's like, man, no, this wasn't that great. And you grow, and then now look at me. You know, now, well, not just now look at me, but in general, now I'm a judge for it.
But you have grown, you know, and it's
yeah,
like,
kind of a thing.
And that's cool, because, I mean, like, last year I was a judge. Like, I actually, like I was the one who, like, said, like, I demanded that Toast be, like, chosen, because I really liked his mix. Like,
Toast.
And it's crazy, because, and shout outs to Toast, because he genre hopped, and, like, we know Toast is to be, like, the house guy and the bass house guy, you know, of Houston. And, like, the fact that he genre hopped and did a mix that is completely, like, something he doesn't really do, like, I like that.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, that's one thing that I really kind of hate, just in general, which I get it, and it makes sense, because especially in branding, but, like, I hate when it's like, oh, but they're this kind of a person, and they're this kind of a this.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, some people might just straight up do that, but like that with me, like, yeah, I like to play a lot of house music, but my stuff's all over the place. Even when I produce, it's all over the place. I barely have any like house music actually out, but it's just one of those things where it's like, it sucks for artists sometimes, because you almost feel scared to do stuff out of okay. We have a local here in Houston named Drew, and Drew's about to release a new track, and his first track was very rhythmy, grimy, whatever, with Mac. They did that collab together for his first track. Well, now Drew's next track is more future bassy kind of vibes, like a little bit more of that.
It's very, like, I think they call it bubblegum bass or whatever. I've heard that term before as a genre.
But my point is it could be hard for people, because his fans might think of him associated more of the rhythmy, dirty stuff, and it might be hard for people to be like, basically it's like, just be open to the that's what the artist wants to create in that moment. That's what they're doing, you know.
Yeah,
I think that's
the thing too, like, because it, like you said, I mean, people do kind of get categorized, and like for me, when people ask me, you know, like, well, what genres do you play? I was like, well, literally everything. Like, I try to genre hop.
Well, what genres do you play well? No, I'm just kidding. But
Right.
in general,
I mean, but
that's a big one, though. Yeah.
For me, it would be house and techno, but still, well, and trap. But yeah, that's just it. Like, you know, it's hard, because I can't really just say, because I really do like doing a lot of house trap. I mean, a lot of house and techno sets, but I also like doing a lot of trap sets and just like hype. You know, in general. So there's like two different sides to me when it comes to like.
And I think all of that just will come with time, with figuring out what you're doing. Like, even with my brand as KNOTZ, like, what is that going to end up being? Where are we going with it? How's it going? Like, I have an idea of what I want to do. Like I said, probably more the vocal feature route. I'm producing different stuff, and we're doing different things. But, you know, I think it's fun if your set is multi-genre, and you can produce songs that are in different genres, and then have your set that's more like that. That's kind of where we're going with that. You know?
Yeah, and it's always good to just be open to like genres in general. You know, to kind of, I mean, both like listening wise and also like producing wise. Because I mean, once you like try different genres, you might find your niche. You know. But it really just all depends. It's like, it comes down to preference and stuff, and what you like and what you feel comfortable with. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how long this has been. It's probably going to be like 30 minutes or more.
Hey,
but
that
this
works. It's been a good coffee run, man. I'm pretty much done with it by now, but definitely hit the spot as far as that craving goes.
Yeah, I was about to say, that looks really freaking good. That's a good price for something for that big ass.
For my venti iced chai tea latte from Starbucks.
So shout out to, you know, I never even shout out Starbucks throughout all these conferences. So yeah, shout out Starbucks.
Yeah, get this man a sponsorship, guys, or at least a free bag of coffee. Come on, I know y'all have those grounds.
Real,
yeah, something.
Or at least some gift cards, like a year's supply of gift cards or whatever.
You could get you that Starbucks app or whatever, so you go off these runs and start accruing those points.
True. I forgot about that. No, because I used to have the little gift card you can use. Damn it, you just reminded me.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, that marketing, that branding. You gotta,
I know, right? But I mean, and also, I need to start doing this like at the beginning of coffee runs. But if you watch this far, you're amazing. You're awesome.
I hope you learn more about Spider-Man.
Yes, we really do. And also, please subscribe to my channel, because I need to actually get more subscribers. So that way, y'all will be updated on, you know, when the next one is.
Yeah, this is on YouTube. Is that where you upload these? Yeah, subscribe. And there should be a little bell button. Hit the bell so that it shows up in your notifications. I don't really YouTube anymore, but I know that's a big one.
Yeah, and I mean, I figured like YouTube was the best home for the conference, because it was just more simple. So, but yeah, please do that.
You can find me on Facebook, all social media, at KNOTZ Music, KNOTZ MUSIC, or go to knotzmusic.com.
And also, is there a link for like links for WhiteNoiize Collective and stuff?
I think it's WhiteNoiizeCollective.com, and that automatically links to Facebook. But I think all the other social medias like Instagram, Twitter, and stuff, it's just at WhiteNoiize. And then Facebook, I think, is WhiteNoiize Collective, all one word. But make sure you spell noise Noiize, because that's the biggest way people mess it up. But,
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, man, Jungle LP, August 28th.
And is there anything else you want to say to your fans, friends, or foes? That's my little sign off thing.
Oh man, just keep doing what you guys are doing, man. You know, share those tracks when people post new music. You don't realize it, but when people make that one share, that one whatever, you know, I still have people today that are finding out of music from a year ago because one person was like, oh yeah, this stumbled upon my thing, and it's like, oh, so yeah, just share music, support your artists, support your locals, and follow me on SoundCloud. I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's good though.
Follow me on Spotify. That's where I really need some followers. Let's be real.
True. I need to start getting on Spotify. But anyway, other than that, I mean, that's it. I thank you for joining.
Oh well, we can do
let's
this.
Do that.
We'll
do that.
Wait, do a little. Wait, there we go.
Yeah,
there
okay,
we
cool.
go.
All right, well, yeah. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. See ya.
There, guys.